I just want you guys to know that today's lesson is going to be on how you can build something that you already know. Basically, this session is going to be something that is focusing on the tools of writing a good story, not just on how you can write story, because we have done that several times. You know how to write a story, but we want to do something else. So I'm going to share with you guys something else. Okay, so without further ado, let me just quickly say hello to everybody first, and then we will begin our lesson. Now, how are you? How's everything on your side? Sihat ke? Good. I'm so glad to hear that. And semua cakap sihat. Dah makan breakfast? Alhamdulillah. Yang tak makan tu kejap lagi grab something. You can eat in the middle of the class. It doesn't matter. You can have it. Teacher dah makan. Tadi teacher bangun pagi terus first thing I buat makan. I have this little something yang I makan adalah benda pertama yang I buat in the morning before I go out or before I start working, because I really need to eat. So I have stomach issue. Kalau tak sakit perut nanti kena gastric. So masuk angin, sakit kepala. So banyaklah kadak teacher ni. So kalau you macam teacher juga, tolonglah makan di pagi hari. It's really important. And I didn't wake up that early today, of course. I didn't wake up that early today. I woke up at about 9:30. Okay. This morning I woke up for a while, and then I sleep again. And then I woke up back again at 9:30. So thank you for asking what time do I actually wake up this morning. It's about 9:30, 9:45. I had a late morning, and I had my coffee, I had my breakfast. Okay, let's talk about mornings, okay? I had my coffee, I had my breakfast. Alhamdulillah, everything was okay. Thank you so much, Ifa, you're so sweet. And unfortunately, I cannot see your lovely faces, but please chat with me so that I can always track you guys. Okay? And let me just share with you a little something before I proceed. Today's lesson, pakai baju sama pula, alamak, baru perasan. Baru perasan pakai baju sama, macam mana ni? Before I proceed, let me just quickly introduce myself to all of you. My name is Mariam. You guys can call me Miss Mariam, Teacher Mariam, anything you guys want. What is the differences between Miss, and Mrs.? Now, Mrs. is only when someone's married, when you are talking about the last name. For example, you have Mrs. Tan. Okay, like for example, Miss Lee gets married to Mr. Tan. So she changed her last name. She will be Mrs. Lee or Mrs. Tan? Answer me that question now. I really want you guys to know which is which. She will be Mrs. Tan because she is going to be taking her husband's last name. And that's how she becomes Mrs. Tan. So what about her daughter then? What about Mrs. Tan's daughter? Mrs. Tan's daughter will be Miss Tan. Miss, M-I-S, as if she's not married. If she's married, she will be, again, taking her husband's surname. Or if she doesn't, then she will just simply be Miss, like me, MS. If you don't know whether she's married or not, okay? If you don't know, like you don't know, am I married or not? First and foremost, you can check the ring, but some people, they don't wear their rings. So how do we know? Do we ask? That's too much to ask. I mean, not too much to ask, that's too personal to ask. Some people might find it a little bit personal for you guys to ask questions. If you just found out about them, if you just know that, you're not going to go to Marilyn, for example, and say, hey, Marilyn, are you married? What will Marilyn feel? So hence, we have Miss MS to just indicate. Sebagai cik yang tak tahu dia dah kahwin ke belum. For me, I belum lagi berkahwin. Since I've known you for so long, teacher belum lagi berkahwin. Jadi, you can feel free to call me Miss or Miss, doesn't matter. Okay, and ada yang cakap Miss, I find that, do you find that thing as controversial? What thing, my dear? Is it the Miss, the usage of MS? I think it's okay. It's okay for you to use MS because If you don't know, then it's polite for you to use something that is for all. Okay? And so thank you so much for asking me that question. Really appreciate it. That's a good question. Now, thank you for yang tanya tadi. And what about ma'am? Ma'am is just a way of you calling a person. Okay? It can be in a polite way to call a lady. So ma'am, okay? And madam is also for someone that's married. So again, we're going back to the idea of madam and miss. Okay? And that one is Sarina. That one is just a gesture call. It's just a gesture call. All right. So I hope that helps. So kalau you nak tanya apa-apa lagi soalan, tanya je. Feel free to tanya. Okay. Tapi sekarang ni it's already 11:05. Semua dah kenal the nama teacher siapa? Okay. Before you proceed, I want you guys to know that we have tons of hours. This is not the only class. We have more classes. Okay, we have more classes after this. I mean, this is not only Form 4 class. Okay, ada yang tanya, teacher, dah berapa ramai orang dah sekarang? Kita ada about, you boleh check kan berapa ramai orang? You boleh nampak? Ke you tak boleh nampak? Oh, you tak boleh check. Sekarang kita ada about 400 and counting. We have 400 and counting. More of our friends are coming in. Okay, ni open for all. Jomlah ajak kawan-kawan you, tapi tak ajak kawan-kawan you. You tak nak kawan-kawan you tengok you pagi-pagi tak baik tau. Okay, I just want to share a little something about me. Okay, dah nama dah tahu dah. Tak kahwin dah tahu dah. Itu soalan pertama korang tanya. Pandai ya. I've been teaching English for quite some time. Now, I tend to want to make English easier because back then, I wasn't as fluent as I am today. So I want everybody to know that even if you are a native speaker, I'm not a native speaker, but FYI, even if you're a native speaker or non-native speaker, it doesn't matter. English is not something that everybody boleh fluent the moment they lahir. You have to practice. It's not something that is genetically modified in us yang kita kena ada something special superpower baru you boleh cakap English. No, you have to understand that English is a subject that's simple, but it requires tons of practice. And there's two essence of English. The very first essence is going to be the vocabulary. Many things that grammar as the essence, but nope. Vocabulary is the essence of English. And lepas you dah tahu all sorts of vocabulary, you bahagikan vocabulary ni kepada kategori yang you dah tahu apa, which is your verb and also your noun. The moment you dapat differentiate these two, insyaAllah with God's will, you boleh buat anything you want. Masa tu lah you masuk kan tenses. Kalau nak buat nasi goreng, nasi tak ada. Jadi tak nasi goreng. Dia jadi goreng bawang tau. Dia jadi tumisan bawang je, nak makan pakai apa? Tak ada carbs dia kan? Jadi goreng je Anissa. Betul tu Anissa? Anissa is a beautiful name by the way. And that is how English works. You need a lot of things, such as the vocabulary. Okay, so to those of you yang kept on asking me, what is the best way for us to learn English? I must say that you are required to practice your vocabulary. So vocabulary is the essence of English. That's it. Full stop. Okay, vocabulary is the essence of English. So what are the words that you don't know? To those of you yang cakap, teacher, I don't know how to speak English. Apa yang perkataan yang you tak tahu nak cakap in English, you have to find out. Now, for example, kita tak tahu macam mana nak cakap. Okay, give me one word that you're not sure of. I'm going to share with you the vocabulary. I mean, the English version. So let's say you don't know how to call the thing yang dekat tangga tu. Pemegang tangga tu is a good one. Okay? Pemegang tangga tu kita panggil apa? Many of us will say railing. Many of us will say rail ataupun stair. Handrail lagi. What about the whole thing? What about the whole thing? Apa nama dia? The whole thing kat sini ya. So we have So what do we call it? Stairs holder, escalator. So don't worry if you don't know it. We call it as banister. Okay, we call it as banister. So it's okay today, you know it. Do you think you will remember it? Of course, because I just draw a cute photo over here. Puji diri. Just draw this cute photo over here. And of course, you akan ingat dengan senang sebab you dah nampak gambar. So another way for you to remember is for you to ingat menggunakan gambar. And macam mana kalau benda yang bergerak, movement, macam kita nak ingat gambar ataupun benda yang kita tak nampak. I mean abstract nouns and stuff. You can try and incorporate it in your question, in your sentences that you use on a daily basis. Hi, Sanjay. And what about croissant? What about croissant? Croissant is French. Okay, croissant is French. You can say croissant if you want to sound native. You can say, sometimes we say, do we say croissant? Croissant? My late grandma would call it croissant. Croissant, croissant, anything you want, as long as you're comfortable, as long as you know which one, okay? But the actual one is croissant. I'm not even sure whether I'm pronouncing it correctly, okay? And I hope I am. So now, all of these little things yang ada, you have to know how to use it. It doesn't have to be something fancy. The words in English tak perlu jadi sesuatu words yang too bombastic, yang too much, yang too detailed, okay? You just have to carry on and pronounce it the way it should be. Tak perlu ada accent, okay? No accent needed. I don't speak with accent, I just pronounce it the way it should be. And I speak with Malaysian accent. And that's it. That's it. Senang tak English? And then you perlukan, selain daripada vocabulary, you also perlukan some grammar. So today we want to talk about the grammar. Ke you tak nak talk about tenses? I don't mind. I've prepared the lesson for you. Kalau you want to skip it, we can skip it. Okay, grammar apa yang penting? Tenses. Yes, I'm planning on talking about tenses in story. Okay, we want to talk about story. Okay, so dalam story kita nak cerita tentang how to build sentences. Okay, building sentences, tenses, and being descriptive. Okay, now kenapa I letak semua ni dekat dalam grammar? Mesti you are confused sebab description ni, bukan ke descriptiveness ni dia datang dalam bentuk noun. Yes, I agree with you. Tapi when you want to be descriptive dalam cerita, apa maksud teacher ni, especially you're writing a story, today our topic is all about story, you have to bear in mind, we will use vivid verbs. Means you need to be able to use certain verbs. You kena gunakan verb yang tepat untuk dapatkan the essence of your story. For example, instead of saying the bully strolled to me, okay, the bully strolled along the school or around the school as soon as he has bullied Camellia. Bullied Camellia, stroll, how cruel. Maksud dia dekat sini, okay, let's say the bully's name is give me a name. Siapa nak jadi bully kita hari ni? Anas. Okay, Anas jadi bully. Anas bully Akila. Okay, now, so the Anas, not the Anas, the bully, I want to say bully. Anas stroll around the school after as soon as he had bullied, tadi siapa yang cakap? Akila. Nampak rude tak kat situ? Maksud dia bersia-sia di kawasan sekolah lepas dia dah bully member dia. Rasa macam, kenapa dia bersia-sia? Macam tak kena kan? Tapi kalau I nak guna perkataan lain, I nak guna strutted. Okay, strutted. Strut tu maksudnya jalan dengan angkuh. Untuk tunjuk, to show off apa yang dia buat. Sesuai tak? Mana lagi sesuai? Bersia-sia ke? Ataupun strut. It comes from the word strut. S-T-R-U. To my students yang dah pernah buat this lesson with me before, tapi not this one exactly lah. We have talked about this before, where I showed you pictures, remember? And I tunjuk dekat you gambar, you can guess which one. Ni dia strut ke, ni dia stroll ke, ni dia sweat ke. Mendabik dada, betul tu Anissa, very good. Mendabik dada. Bangga kan? Bully member. Enggak. Rasa nak cepuk je, tapi Anas tak buat macam tu real life lah. Ni Anas punya nama kita guna je. Tak ada kena mengena dengan Anas yang sebenar. Alright, now let's move on. What about the tenses? Now, you dah tahu strut is the word that we're using. Okay, let's not use strut. Let's use just walk. Let's use stroll, something positive. Let's use a positive story in morning. So Akila stroll along the park with Taran this morning. Anas multiverse tadi kita tak nak pakai. Betul tu Taran. That's Anas multiverse. Anas yang baik sekarang kita nak guna. You can say that Akila stroll along the park with Taran and saw Anas buying some ice cream from across the street. Or across the street. Adakah Akila berdating? Itu you kena tanya Akila. You jangan tanya I. Nanti I cakap benda-benda yang tersilap sebut kan, you marah I kan. Stroll tu jalan aimlessly. Macam bersiar-siar. You are walking without no intention of heading somewhere in a hurry. Okay? Now, Taran, did I spell your name correctly? I mean, did I pronounce your name correctly, my dear? If it's wrong, please do let me know. Okay, thank you, my dear. Okay? So, Taran or Akila? Taran and Akila. Stroll. Kalau kita tak tahu grammar mana yang nak guna, I'm just going to use the root word. This is just the root word. It's going to seem wrong, but we're going to change it. Stroll around the park with tak nak with lah. Stroll around the park. We go with the basic ones, but kita nak build sentences. So, Taran and Akila stroll around the park. Now, correct tak tenses ni? Correct if you are using present tense, kerana you are telling me that dia tengah jalan-jalan dekat park tanpa ada dia tengah jalan-jalan dekat park sebagai benda yang harian. Maknanya every week or every day or every evening dia jalan dekat park. So stroll betul sebab tak perlu tambah s. Kenapa I letak Taran and Akila? Because I want to confuse you over here. Kalau I letak Taran only, it's going to be strolls. What is this? This is present tense. But are we using present tense? My dear, this is story leh. Macam mana nak guna present tense? Ada yang cakap boleh pakai present tense. Cannot. How can you use present tense when you are telling me a story? I'm gonna cry now. Cerita dah habis. Mana boleh pakai? You tahu tak, makcik-makcik bawang pun, dia bila cerita, dia guna past tense tak? You know, the other day I saw the twin from our I don't know which twin, but the twin that we know went to the market, you know, for the very first time. Went to the market. And Marilyn tanya dengan dia, what market? Went to the market to buy some groceries. What a polite twin. Both of them really like to help their mother, you see. And you know, I think they saw, somebody saw them going with a new bicycle. Kenapa tak ada mixture of tenses dekat situ? Kenapa? I will talk about it. You nak ingat cakap girlfriend kan? Tu je korang ingat Kemain. Baik betul makcik bawang ni. Nak jadikan makcik bawang tak baik? Boleh mess ini. Mess ini. I think they had stolen the bicycle before they go there. Before they went there. Kelas makcik bawang. Betul. Tak baik makcik bawang tu cakap stolen. Member dapat straight A mak dia beli kan. Stolen. Makcik bawang ni tak baik tau. Stolen. Miss, makcik bawang doesn't suit you. Miss macam berpengalaman berbawang-bawang ni. I really miss those good old days kan. Tengah potong bawang. Air mata dah keluar tapi nak juga potong bawang. Dengar makcik depan tu cakap apa. I love the vibe of makcik bawang. Let me share with you a little something. Ada time ke nak sembang sikit? I love makcik bawang because sometimes we look at them as something that macam makcik ni tak cakap hal yang tak best je kan, tapi they are actually kind. They just want to have a chat. I mean they are older than us, okay? They want to have a chat and sometimes they will ask you questions that will make you laugh. They are the best kind of people and they are funny. They're really funny, okay? And I want you guys to know that kalau you ever terasa dengan makcik ke, dengan pakcik ke yang cakap benda yang you rasa macam, kenapa pakcik cakap macam tu? I want you to just ignore the toxic things yang dia cakap. Sebab dia cakap, kalau dia cakap benda toxic macam ni, ignore because we have the control over what we want to feed our mind. Sometimes they don't think before they speak because they think it's okay. They think it's okay. Because they don't have things to chat about. Kalau ditanya macam benda-benda yang macam sekolah belajar macam mana ni, pandai tak? Ditanya macam tu, lepas tu you guna macam tenenen. Sekolah belajar pandai. Saya tak pandai. So kalau macam tu, you jangan tengok at it negatively. Okay, don't look at it as something negative. Just fikir dia concerned about you. Tapi kalau you rasa macam dia cakap benda-benda yang bagi you rasa sedih, dia tak ada topik nak borak. Betul tu Marilyn, I agree with you. They don't have something nice, not something nice. They don't have a proper conversation that they know on how to speak. Maybe they are also scared of talking to us, so they simply say whatever they want to say. Okay? So basically no hard feelings. Bukan don't take it in your heart. That's not a proper sentence. No hard feelings. So tanya je dengan dia, gelak je dengan dia, gelak je balik dengan dia, cakap makcik ni kelakar. Okay, nah kenapa stroll? Tu yang kita nak tukar sebab ada highlight dah. Ada yang cakap teacher ni mana boleh pakai ni, sentence ni dah salah ni, dah highlight dah. Nanti we talk about it. Okay, so how do we change it? You want to change it to past tense, so you can change it to 2 different past tense or actually 3. Totally up to you. Which one is it that you want? Okay? Now, Taryn and Akila. You can say, kena tambah lagi. Okay, you can say strolled. Okay, the basic one would be stroll. Maknanya dia dah member dah buat benda tu. Okay, past tense. Ataupun were strolling. Ataupun had strolled. So nampak tak ada 3 jenis past tense yang you boleh guna. You are now in form 4 going to be joining form 5 real soon. Are you guys ready? No, the other way around. You're in form 3, you're form 4 going to be in form 5. Betul lah. Kenapa you confuse kan? Ini kelas form 4 kan? Guys! Ada yang cakap saya form 2. You dah buat I takut tau. I dah tengok nota I hari ni. I'm very sure I'm teaching form 4. Semua student I form 4 dekat dalam ni. Siapa nak kenal tu tadi? I cari you nanti sampai lubang cacing. You are shaken my confidence. Jangan Andrea. Don't do that. Okay, now let's take a look at the next one. So, however, kalau form 5 tak apa. It's okay. Kalau form 5 pun tak apa. We are learning the same thing. You're getting ready for SPM. You kena betul-betul ready sebab tu you masuk kat dalam kelas ni. So mana satu yang kita nak pakai? Can I share with you just a bit? Can I share with you? So let's see. So under your grammar, so right now we want to talk about tenses first. Okay? Now we're going to talk about tenses first. So there are several types of tenses that we have in your past tense. So let's talk about the very first one, everybody's favorite, which is the simple past tense. Now, is it okay if we talk about past tense? It's super basic. Please don't leave the class because you might find it something and you dah tahu, okay? So let's talk about simple past tense and what is the basic rule. So before we talk about the rule, I like to illustrate it to you and show you what it's like. So you have your past, you have your present, and you also have your future. Now, when it comes to past, kan, tadi we are talking about strolling, strolled, and whatnot. So, masa dia stroll, maksud dia stroll tu adalah dia bersiar-siar. Dia bersiar-siar. So, dia sama juga dengan similar to walk. So, boleh tak dia walk ke present? Ini dah salah ni. Bila you cakap dia stroll, you are saying dia pergi di mana-mana saja. I mean, bila-bila pun dia boleh. Tapi that's not the idea here. The idea is dia strolled. So dia dah masuk je kat present, proof terbakar. Tak boleh. Good morning. Okay, jadi ada yang baru masuk cakap good morning. So dia should be here. Okay, that's it. Ini saja. Tak boleh. Tak boleh. Tak boleh. Tak boleh. Dia kena kat sini je. Kalau dia masuk sini je dia sakit. Tak boleh. So stroll in the past. So the idea here is past. Clear on that? Okay, now that's it. Kena dalam past and it must be over before you reach the present. Maknanya you kena move on. That's it, as simple as that, move on. Clear on that? Okay, so what's the rule? Everything dalam tenses mesti ada rules kan? So, which I know you guys don't like the rules, rules yang bagi kita sakit kepala, but don't worry. Time traveling is one way to travel to the past. Using tenses, you are time traveling. You are all time travelers because you use tenses. Okay? So, jom kita tengok the first rule. You are going to use past simple. Bukan simple past tense ni. Simple past tense ni nama dia. Past simple ni adalah apa yang you guna dekat dalam modification of verb ataupun you ubah verb you jadi past simple. Tadi kita ada stroll kan? So what is the past simple of stroll? Apa past simple of stroll? So rules dia adalah modify verb into past simple. So stroll becomes strolled. Tambah ed. This is regular verb. Okay? Now, tetapi, if you want to change it into other verb, for example, you want to change it into something that is simple, such as eat. Dia akan jadi eat. This is what we call as irregular verb. Clear on that? Itu sahaja, as simple as that. Don't worry about it. But this is not the only thing. We're not writing PT3 or year 6 level of essay. We want more. We want the ideas to be described to our audience. We want to write the best. So, kenapa kita cakap I haven't eaten instead of I haven't ate? Kenapa kita cakap I was eating? Kenapa? Kenapa ada eating? Bukankah itu adalah dalam bentuk past, present? Alamak, confused mana satu? My brain hurts. Don't worry. Sebab was. Very good, my Sarah. Sekarang ni kita nak belajar the second part. Are you guys ready? Oh, but before that, let me just give you some example, okay? So, my Sarah ate the best chocolate yesterday. My Sarah ate the best chocolate yesterday. Okay? Nah, happily, greedily, doesn't matter. That one is adverb. You add more words untuk jadikan macam mana dia makan. Dengan gembira ke? Dengan tamak ke? Sorry, Maisara.